What's going on, everybody? A happy Monday to you out there in TV world. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life, everybody. The square box, you know.
Grab the clicker, turn it up.
The martini, perhaps, or something
Whoa.
like that. Boy, drink a martini with the color teeny or
Is
something.
this Mad Men?
I don't know anything.
Kick your feet up on the old ottoman while you're sitting on the Davenport, and let's get into this thing.
The Chesterfield. Let's have some fun here with this show here today, because not only is it a Monday, but it's a big week for Mr. Somebody right over here. What's going on at the end of the week here?
Yeah, I'm turning the big 3-0.
30 years old.
On Thursday.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
I got it right. Okay.
3-0?
Yeah.
Okay,
big
that's
3-0.
cool. Are you excited?
Yeah, 3 decades of life. How about that? So big thanks to Mom for making it happen. And
Dad had a part 2.
Yeah, yep. Oh, 9 months. Well, 8 for me. I was born a month early.
Oh wow, I forgot about that one. Sent you a story.
I was incubated.
Yep, crazy.
Well, let's get on to some stories here. How about that? Before Santa arrives here in the Northland, Santa actually spotted in Wisconsin's capital for you folks out there, swapping out his sleigh for a fire truck. Local firefighters driving around the American Family Children's Hospital alongside Mr. Claus, waving to patients and their families there. Santa said, making people smile during a hard time is what it's all about this holiday season, and the gifts for children will be handed out later this month.
I think Santa secretly is a firefighter. I think he
wears red.
He comes down the chimney,
perhaps.
That's
true.
So
making sure it's safe.
Yeah, exactly. He's associated with the fires. So there you go. That's a pretty cool example of Santa right there.
He sees our houses when we're sleeping.
Sure, yeah. He knows when we're awake and tending to the fires, perhaps. And
make sure your fire safety is bad or good.
Yep, exactly.
Now, hey, it's that time of year again, unpacking holiday decorations and setting up the old artificial Christmas tree. However, you may be allergic to the holidays. That's because artificial trees that have been stored not only expose you to mold potentially, but also to dust mites, pet dander, and critter droppings, which can bother the noses and lungs of even folks who aren't even allergic to all that. So if your allergies over the holidays continue to act up, you should maybe consult with a doctor, as there are plenty of options, including medicine, that can help you out there.
How dirty are those trees? Critter droppings?
Man, I grabbed my parents' artificial tree, and it's in the old crawl space in the basement by the water heater.
Sure.
And it's back there, man.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm very lucky and very thankful that I don't have really many allergies to speak of, but I know that you're allergic to cats.
I'm allergic to cats, dogs, dust mites, like we saw there. Not mold, but hamsters, I think, as well. Allergic to grass and pollen. I believe ragweed, so I got it a little wild, yeah.
All things fun, my gosh. My brother is an avid deer hunter. I've never heard of another human being that is allergic to deer. My brother is allergic to deer.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
So if you do get a deer, you can't get near it?
Yeah, I'm the one that has to drag it out of the woods and do all the work.
Fortunately, you haven't had any success. So.
That's true. That's the one good thing about not having a deer in about 5 years.
You're doing it for him.
Yes. I want to make sure Colton's good,
You haven't had success for him. So you're welcome, Colton.
Yep, there you go. When it comes to living in our northern life here, we love making a good snowman. But for those in the South, Ryan, not as much snow down there, they make one out of tumbleweeds, and it's displayed every single Christmas season in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The organizers find tumbleweeds and put them together to make this look more like Frosty here. They use a little spray paint. Locally, the appearance of the snowman is the unofficial start of the holiday season. It does look like a snowman right there.
Yeah, a little tumble man.
Sure.
Love to see it.
I've got a lot of cousins down in Texas, and they see snow every once in a while, but they make the trek up here maybe once every year or two in the winter, and it's just amazing. They're just like, how do you live with this much snow? If there was an inch or two of snow on the ground, the state would be shut down,
Right.
We get 1 to 3 inches here and there, and we don't even sneeze at it,
Yeah, 1 to 2, it's like that's just a normal night.
It's another Tuesday.
Especially the start of this year so far, man.
Yeah.
We've gotten snow like crazy.
It's wild. Let's keep it going.
For all you lovely folks in Ironwood, Michigan. Hopefully you've been able to shovel out.
Good luck with this winter, folks.
Let's head over to Illinois now, where a man is taking holiday spirit to the next level. That's because he's creating the ultimate Christmas village. Mark Netherland has turned empty tables in his house into a Christmas masterpiece. He says it takes about 3 months to put all of this magic together. Netherland actually became disabled back in 2013 and then started this creation 2 years later, quickly becoming that is a beloved hobby, honoring his favorite time of the year. And while he wishes he could put this creation out for display for others, the Christmas Village is a tradition that's now kept between his family.
That's a lot of painstaking work right there.
Yeah.
That's very cool that he found this really cool hobby. It looks great,
Yeah.
obviously. My gosh, if I was a kid, I'd want to sleep in that display.
There's a Menards repair shop too, which is lovely. I do enjoy seeing those funny shows sometimes where they're building something like that, and the father's talking to the kid like, "Why would you ever place the school next to this building?" You know,
It goes here. What are you doing
to
here?
make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let the kids be creative.
Yeah. Let's head down to Iowa now, where first responders rescued a dog after it fell into an icy pond, sadly. Firefighters using their ingenuity, rope, and a kayak here to help save the dog, known as Doug Doug. The county fire chief managed to get his head, pulled him back up to safety, and now Doug Doug and all those first responders are all recovering from that ordeal.
Wow, yeah, humans listen a lot better than dogs when it comes to not walking out on ice. Dogs don't know any better, Ryan.
Sometimes humans do too.
That's true.
Sometimes it just happens.
Yep, we'll get a couple of those news stories for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So be safe out there, please. Let's talk about a snack-tastic competition that I'd like to be a part of. I might be able to win this one someday. The 10th annual Middlesworth Potato Chip Eating Contest took place in Pennsylvania. 28 contestants frantically eating as many potato chips as they could within 5 minutes. Tristan Fry winning the salty battle, eating just over 16 ounces. Fry says he breaks up the chips with his hands and then sips water to help him swallow all of it. And some of the proceeds from that event then go to a local pet food pantry.
You've got experience in this department with hot dogs anyway, but how would you go about doing a chip contest?
You know, I saw what type of chips they're eating too. They're eating barbecue chips. That would be quite difficult.
That would
all
be
the
tough.
seasoning that's on those barbecue chips. You would need the water. You need that, take it from Joey Chestnut, who ends up winning the Nathan's Hot Dog Contest every year.
Seriously, I mean, I think that's a good method, though. Just start off right at the bat, open it up, and just crush them all, crush the whole thing, and dump them in like you're a heathen, you know?
2 hands. Just
yes.
throw it back.
Why not?
Well, hey, coming up, a very sweet story about friendship here in Minnesota. We'll be back on Northern Light. Welcome back, everybody. As we start this brand new week, I just want to take a couple moments here to honor a very great man. So last Thursday, I actually got a text from my father saying that his dad, my grandfather Floyd had sadly passed away. And I got to tell you, always such a calm, kind presence of a man. And I think it's a very good reminder right now for everyone out there, especially during the holiday season here. Oh, I wasn't expecting to get choked up here, but a very good reminder for everyone out there. Reach out to your loved ones, reconnect, if you will, especially with friends and family too, as we enjoy this wonderful month of December.
Yeah, it's always tough to lose somebody, especially during this time of the year, and especially somebody that's so close to you, man. And just know that I love you, man, and that my whole family loves you, and there's a lot of people out there and around here that love you, and we're all here for you, man. So it sucks.
Yeah, especially even approaching the age of 30, you look back and you wish you could reconnect with maybe friends more, wish you talk a little bit more as you get older, and especially family too. So my grandfather sadly was fighting dementia and sadly was declining too. So glad he's finally at peace, but very thankful for your support.
Of course, brother.
And glad that he can now rest finally.
Amen. Amen to that.
Yeah. Well, we love you all too. Here in the great state of Minnesota, to our northwest, a friendship has been made between neighbors, and it has stood the test of time despite their difference in age.
Yeah, Kevin Wallivan was there at the unlikely duo spend time together.
At 90, Clark Tufte scoots down the halls at Touchmark, ready to take on another day. But there's something special about this Tuesday.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, good, good,
My
good.
toes over.
Hello, yeah.
Love you too.
Kenzie Case is here for another visit.
Do you have a busy schedule this week?
Yeah, it is sort of, but it's kind of busy.
Kenzie is 16, a busy junior at Moorhead High School. But her friendship with Clark goes way back to when she was just a toddler.
I remember it was pretty much every day after school. He would be sitting in the garage waiting for me to get off the bus. And I would walk over and we'd talk about school or whatever was on our minds, I guess.
Clark and his wife Harriet lived next to Kenzie's family. Clark's children and grandchildren lived out of town. And after Clark retired from teaching in Fargo-Moorhead, and after losing his wife Harriet, Kenzie provided conversation and a listening ear as a neighbor as Clark maneuvered a new normal.
And it's just better than you can imagine. Just better than you can imagine.
Clark would meet Kenzie most days after school, ready to discuss the school day.
If the garage door was open, that meant he was home and I could come over. I remember that.
And you'd even like do homework. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we'd sit in the garage and do just about anything, homework. I'd draw with chalk. I had a little playhouse that I would bake brownies in for you.
Today, on a short break from high school, Kenzie stopped by to help take down decorations for Thanksgiving.
So we decorated for pretty much all the seasons.
And Clark will tell you Kenzie has been there for him and he for her. Everyone in both families couldn't be happier.
Well, I love her real much, for one thing. And she loves me. And that's the main thing. But another thing I really, really, really appreciate is that my family, welcomes it. None of them live here. And my grandchildren and my kids, they just welcome it.
Think of that, a simple conversation in a neighborhood driveway between a grandpa and a toddler.
I think I got enough love to go around. Yeah, yep.
That was so meaningful 13 years ago.
So these are all from a long time ago, I guess. This one says second grade on it, but it says, "Dear Clark, I love you very much."
The friendship now is only richer.
It's super nice because I know he's always one phone call away if I ever need anything. Like, he's always there to just talk.
We change as we age. But meaningful connections like this,
It's grace, just plain grace.
well, they sure don't.
I got a hug her now. I'm going to cry.
Oh, I might cry.
Jeez, yeah, my gosh, the B block. Oh, sheesh. But yeah, I mean, it's important. People say all the time that traveling is something that helps you grow a lot. I think also another important way to grow is to change your perspective and be friends with people that aren't just in your age group. And both of them gain something from this relationship, which is really cool. And that's perspective about the other's life and what it's like for those other people.
And just a sign too that distance is so hard. And like going back to talking about reconnecting with friends, like most of my friends now live in the Twin Cities area, and so like, even the 2.5 hours, sometimes it feels like just days away.
Yes, it's impossible sometimes, but it's important. You got to make the time and reconnect with those people and stay connected.
Yeah, very special that they can have that relationship right where they live. So good on them. Let's go to Wisconsin now. We're a senior center there. There's a weekly meal that contains a whole lot of history. So nearly every week, Bill Rennigan signs his buddy Bob Jacobs out of that senior center. They find a restaurant to sit down and share their stories from their service. Now, Bob is 101 years old, growing up in Beaver Dam, and was drafted into the Army back in 1943. He sailed to Iwo Jima as an anti-aircraft weapons soldier, and nowadays, this is what Bob and Bill do. They sit for hours sharing their stories, and they want more curious minds to stop by there and listen in.
Wow, again, another similar sharing of perspectives and learning about each other, and you grow. Everyone grows because of it,
Yeah, socialize with one another. Well, hey, coming up, if you're still like us and don't get it, we're going to learn more about today's kids' lingo. Welcome back, everybody. As the season of giving gets underway, charities say the need has never been greater across the U.S. The Salvation Army reports a sharp rise in families asking for your help this year. One of their national commanders says calls for assistance are sadly up 25%. And one of the wonderful things that we've always seen is that when there is higher demand, that people are more generous. And when it comes to the signature red kettles that they have, last year that campaign raised $100 million. And the Salvation Army serves 28 million Americans annually, from food and shelter to toys for kids.
Yeah, another important part of living is giving back. You gotta consider yourself lucky and know that there's a lot of other folks that aren't as lucky as all of us. So definitely worth giving back and being a part of it, especially in this time of year, Ryan. Geez, this holiday season.
And after Thanksgiving too, the Give to the Max Day, which I think it was before Thanksgiving. I could be wrong, but a lot of nonprofits just being supported by folks like you who decided to give and be generous, so that way they can then fulfill their mission to give to others.
Yes, huge part.
Really
Thank you so
awesome.
much, everybody. Every generation has lingo. It's switching gears a little bit here. Lingo that is unique and defining to the times. So determining whether something is rad or lit or low-key fire often depends on the year you were born, Ryan.
Young Zoomers and Gen Alpha are the latest to throw clueless parents for a loop, certainly. Lee Waldman helps us decode what kids are saying in the chat.
MemeSpeak is taking over the chat,
Bro, I'm gonna crash out.
dominating the lexicon
6, 7.
and confusing grown-ups everywhere,
Chat, is this Ritz?
with one clear exception.
Mr. Lindsay, back to define another word that your kids are using.
Middle school teacher Philip Lindsay's TikTok translations have gone viral, much like the word trends he helps to explain.
If something goes viral and it's a meme, you can expect to be hearing the kids saying it at some point, and then sometimes they even add meaning to it.
The trends can come from anything. 6'7", for example, is a lyric from a Skrilla song that morphed online after someone made an edit, then another person added a hand motion. Others are renewals of past fads like the word tough, spelled Tuff, to mean cool.
If a kid walks in and says that my outfit is low-key tough, boom, I've nailed it, right?
It may sound like nonsense, but for kids, linguist Teresa Pratt says it's about finding their voice.
Young people innovate a lot with language, in part because that's a kind of socialized chapter of life where you're supposed to do creative things with your style.
Mr. Lindsay says try to speak the language, even if it's cringe.
Parents and teachers need some kind of bridge of conversation with their kids to joke about some of the words or some of the memes that then opens up to more meaningful conversation.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
I will say that is true, though, that it does kind of bridge the gap sometimes. If like you're hanging out with a relative who might be younger, then you got something to talk about.
Yeah,
too.
start doing like this, and they just go insane.
Or
you
the
know?
Christmas City of the North Parade too. We connected with the audiences doing 6-7.
I learned about maybe a month ago what 6-7 is, and I'm so sick of it already, my friend.
Yeah.
Especially the Christmas City of the North Parade. I mean, there were so many kids doing that. But you learned something also recently because we were talking with Anna, our 4 o'clock producer, and we were talking about the word unk, and we thought it meant what?
UNC. So we thought it said you're unk, you're like an uncle, you're old.
You're older, you know, but it actually means what?
It actually means uncool. It's short for uncool. But you know who are uncool? Our older uncles like us, apparently.
Yeah, I thought my uncle was the coolest. I got a bunch of uncles that are cool.
Honestly, now I'm just getting thrown for a loop still. So parents, we're kind of in the same boat as you.
Yes, amen.
Yeah, so hang in there. Well, coming up, we're going to take a fun look at tomorrow's fast-spinning blindfold.
All right, we've talked about it a couple of times now. Coming up tomorrow on Northern Life, can Ryan and I spin a bowling ball like the pros do? We can probably save you a little bit of time and say, well, it's questionable. We can't do it by ourselves, of course. We're going to tag along with the man of many talents, but at the same time not knowing much about certain things, meteorologist Brendan Pham, who's leading the way as we play Frames Together over at Skyline Social and Games. Over there in Hermantown, Ryan.
Also, Brendan's such a nice guy, too.
Oh, yes.
He knows a lot of stuff. He obviously very smart when it comes to meteorology, surfing, too, bowling, and just all-around great guy.
Oh, he's one of my favorite people in this building right now. Yeah. I mean, I like everybody, but...
1 and 2 is
that it goes Brendan and then Ryan.
Understandable. Well, here's a serving of weather-related cuteness for you. Down at a zoo in Des Moines, Iowa, Taro the snow monkey, who was born in June, has now seen snow for the very first time. Zoo officials said he wasn't so sure what to think of the snow at first and stuck close to his mom, but he slowly began to warm up to it and eventually explored that wintry habitat.
I think that's all of us about November. The first time we see snow again, we're like, I'm not sure what to think about this.
That's me standing out next to the window with my hands on my hips going, I guess it's that time, folks. Yeah.
Here, grab the shovel. Here we go.
Get the jackets.
Oh, my gosh. Thanks for joining us all here. We love you all.
We love you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.